All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Grivakis. I run Holy Carp Graphic Design. I've been a member of V5O for a year now, but I've missed out on the last couple months, so I apologize for that. I've just been very busy chasing a 3-year-old during happy hour, and some of the breakouts I've been just booked on. So I am going to make it back. I've liked to engage with people in the forums at least. So feel free to reach out if you want to talk to me about anything. And if you need any referrals, I do watch the forum, and I look to help people as much as I can. So just to get started, a little bit about me. I've been a graphic designer since 2004. I graduated from Suffolk University. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design. Basically, that means I have a lot of art history as well as practical art education. Now, would I tell someone to go to college now for graphic design? Heck no. Learn through apprenticeships, learn through application, learn any other method you can without spending $120K to do this job. You do learn through intuition and just by observation. And that's one of my goals. I like to help teach people how to do this and how to mentor other people into this field. Some of my values, partnership. I like to partner with my clients. I partner with a lot of people in the creative fields. That includes illustrators, production artists, other designers, web designers, and copywriters. I like to bring creativity through that collaboration because a lot of ideas, your diversity of contributors helps give you unique ideas for a project. I seek to have humor. I call myself Holy Carp Design, and that's deliberate. There's a story behind my logo, and I know a lot of people read Holy Crap initially, and there's a story behind that. Something I'd like to share in a one-to-one. I like looking for challenges. I try and grow in what I do. I incrementally will take on projects that are just a stretch for me. For example, right now I'm creating some virtual learning materials that is a new skill I've developed in the last year. And then I become friends with a lot of my clients. These are people that I like to eat out with. I like to, just hang around with. So a lot of my friendships are with my clients. That's how I get my edification throughout the week when I'm working. The mission of my company is to design a story together to educate, empower, and engage an audience to action. The reason I have values and mission is a lot of my clients are in the talent development and leadership development space. So I try and incorporate that in what I do. One thing that I've learned about my field is you can get unique ideas through learning someone's story. That's through asking a lot of questions. And V5O is all about sharing our stories. We all have something unique to bring to our fields. And that's what I love about our group. Holy Carp is focused by being a creative partner focused on you. The other thing is Holy Carp Design partners with our clients, asks the right questions, and then researches and creates unique ideas. This is something any graphic designer should do. It's not something you'll find on Fiverr.com, but if you work with a creative, they should be doing research about your field in a variety of aspects. So to show that, I do want to share a client story. It's a tavern that is in Stoneham, Mass. They're a client that I created a logo for before COVID, and they've survived COVID, and they're thriving now. So Nobility Hill Tavern was originally an Italian eatery that was there for 30 years. John Heenahan rented out the space and then started tearing everything apart. You can see the murals of the old place on the right here, and then flip the vision. You can see that they brought this place to life. This is a little bit about the client. When I talked to him about a logo design, I was brought in by a web designer on the project because through local politics, they knew one another. So my web designer brought me in. Now, based on the synopsis, I created a few research hooks and anchors to kind of start developing a logo on. So when I spoke to John, I found out that he wanted to create something that was really like truly Americana, a hometown family place based in a historical region called Nobility Hill. I'll get into what that means a little bit later. But what I do when I start researching on a project, I will talk to the client, I'll interview them basically, and I'll ask questions that aren't truly expected. That's one of the observations he made. He's like, wow, you're really doing a deeper dive. And really, honestly, it makes my job easier if I have more ways to create unique ideas. So I thought about rustic, I thought about rotating drafts, family friendly, history, and then nobility hill, the name itself. And I found a few things. The tavern idea, he wanted kind of like an old tavern sign, things that you might see in Scotland or England. He wanted the history of Nobility Hill shown through. And in my research, I found out that Nobility Hill is where the families of the wealthy people in Stoneham lived, because Stoneham was known for shoemaking, actually, which is kind of an interesting industry. And you'll see that that played out in the logo design. So when I work with the client, after doing research, I like to pitch a few ideas. Now I'll create a whole variety of ideas and then give them the 3 best. But for this one, I kind of had to stretch a little bit. So I presented a few ideas, and what you'll see here is some of these elements make it through to the final design. So when you sit down with the client to review concepts, you really want to talk to them and find out what they like, what they don't like. I like presenting in one color at first so that they're not focused on colors and things like that. We want to look at things in one color and just really the base concepts. So in doing a deeper dive, we get to different concepts. And here we start looking at the signage. And again, you'll see that the font kind of carried through from the first idea. And then we went to 4 more rounds of revisions. And finally, we created a logo that had the signage, it had an icon, and created a full family. This thing on the left is now on his coaster as well. And in these concepts, I found that Nobility Hill Tavern had a really nice abbreviation, NHT. And my icon was the hammer. This is a hammer that cobblers use, and that ties it back to the history of the region. And they loved it. Now I had to sell this idea, obviously, because we went through 6 rounds of revisions in the end of the project, but I had a real story to tell. And in the end, he loved it. We weren't worried about color. We weren't worried about, because we wanted that rustic signage. So everything works in one color. Now, none of the work is wasted. We use those icons. This is the story, round 1, round 2, and then the final. And we use the icons that we created, like these, the fork and knife, in a series of icons. He's plastered this icon everywhere. It's on coasters, it's on his wall, it's on his front. He just loves it. And he's a thriving business now. Oops, losing my thing here. It's even emblazoned on the glass as an etch, so acid etch glass. So if you're ever in Stoneham, I recommend Nobility Hill Tavern. Now, this is just a variety of logos I've created. A lot of them are in the leadership development industry. Some of them are award-winning from the Graphic Design USA logo contest. You'll find that I like to try and create deeper meaning in all of my logos. I want it to have levels of meaning that you may see initially, and then things that can be told as you start thinking about the project. These are some of my services as a graphic designer. People ask what graphic design is. It really is a whole variety and host of different things, and we're all specialized in various aspects. I don't try and be a catch-all graphic designer. So what's a good referral? I think I spelled referral wrong there. Anyway, leadership development companies, groups, and consultants sees new businesses that are going through a rebrand or needing a logo, and marketing professionals that need design capability in their back pocket. That includes people that are doing RFPs for projects. That's my story. I'd love to share more about my own logo, and I'd like to hear your story. Thank you very much.